Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Rose Joshua. Welcome to Family and Finance, where we talk about free information that helps you with your financial decisions. I am going to continue on the Job Trap series. Today, we're going to talk about Job Trap Part 5. In parts 1, 2, 3, 4, we introduced the topic of job traps. We talked about why people work for too long or kind of work till they drop. We looked at ways in which you can have, instead of having a single stream of income, you can have multiple. And in this part, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk about retiring in 10 years. So based on the assignments I have given everyone, especially assignments 3 and 4, you notice where we're heading is to help you to find ways to retire in the next 10 years, starting from today, okay? Starting from when you embark on this journey. So it is a challenge to retire 10 years from now. So that means that if you're 40, you can retire by age 50 and give yourself, I would say, latest blanket of window of time, age 55 max, stuff like that. Okay, but it is about retiring in 10 years. So by doing this, we actually address the age 65 deception issue. And we want to redefine retirement. So retirement is not it's not just stopping work. Retirement is being able to work on your own terms and being able to take a break and not worry about money, okay? And so when you redefine retirement, you can have income for life, but it's got to be passive income. I have received quite a few questions on this. So when we look at part 6, we're going to take a closer look at what is not passive income. But for this section, today's part, it is passive income entirely. So in order to understand that, you want to see what is passive income, and that has to do with how people do work. So when somebody has an employment, it could generate passive income, or it could generate active income. So people work for others, so they're employees, or they work for themselves, so they're self-employed, or business people in a partnership or corporation. So when somebody is an employee, they are building another person's dream. So you're building the dream of your employer. It's very much like a tenant paying the mortgage for his landlord, right? And when somebody is self-employed or has their own business, you're building your own dream. And again, it's very much like you owning your own home, right? You're not paying the mortgage for somebody else, you're paying it for yourself. So as an employee, a lot of people fall into that situation because they have a psychological need for sort of predictable, almost guaranteed salary. But then they have to give up time and they have to sacrifice earnings and actually earn at higher tax rates. We're going to talk about the tax rates in part 6, okay? As a self-employed or business owner, the income is up and down, unpredictable, but you have your time and you could potentially earn more, but you're paying lower taxes. Again, part 6 will look at the taxes. So many of us are familiar with the famous Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And so really what you want to look at is on the left side of the quadrant is active income. And on the right side of the quadrant is passive income. So employee, self-employed, active, reason being that if you don't work, you don't get paid, even when you are your own employer. So self-employed means you work for yourself. You are the employee, but you're also the employer. But again, if you don't work, you don't pay because you depend on your time to get the job done, right? As a business owner, as an investor, you use more of other people's time and other people's money to get work done. So you free up yourself, free up your time. And that's where it is passive. When you free up yourself, free up your time, you're generating passive income, okay? So we looked at the multiple channel. So in part 4, we looked at the single channel pipeline and multiple channel pipeline. So with the multiple channel pipeline, you have multiple streams of income. And so with this plan, you're looking at retiring in 10 years by number 1, you keep your main job. Number 2, you simultaneously build a business. Okay, you build a business, and then your target, your goal is to retire from your main job, fire your boss when your passive income has entered into autopilot mode. So this is the drawing that we looked at last time in part 4, where you have passive income and active income going together for a little bit. And then when you retire into passive income for life. So we looked at this in part 4, okay? So today we want to concentrate on ways to generate passive income, and that is you keep your job, you have additional instruments that help you to generate that, and then when you retire, you have that income being generated year or year with little or no effort. Again, the emphasis is where your effort is not absolutely required, because that's where the passivity comes in. Okay. And so if you set up your business to generate passive income, you do need to be there to kind of be a guide, a mentor, a coach, whatever, to the people who are actually doing the work. Again, you're depending on other people's time, other people's money. So passive income is not, again, like I said, I've got some feedback already based on what we've discussed in the past month. So passive income is not another job, is not employment insurance. And it is not a case where you are self-employed, you own your own convenience store, but you have to physically be present to get the job done. Okay, that is not passive income. And a lot of people know that I'm a realtor. Okay, I'm a real estate professional. Passive income is not, like, real estate professional work is not passive income. Okay, it is income, is very, very, very active, in the sense that if you don't drive around and show people houses and help them to buy and physically get out of your house and move around and do inspections, you're not going to get paid. So being a realtor is not passive income. All right. So again, if you must physically be present to get the job done, it is not passive. So as you do your homework, you've got to figure out a bit of time where you're doing active work, but the passive phase must be one in which your physical involvement is very little. Okay. All right. So here's some examples. So you have self-sustaining convenience store, one or more, where you have employees, the manager who takes care of everything. You just need to go there maybe once a week to supervise or make a few phone calls to supervise, but you don't need to be physically present. Okay, that's passive. Passive income example, you can be in real estate, but kind of be an investor in real estate investments. You can own a real estate company, but hire a broker or hire realtors to do the job. But if you yourself are the real estate broker, you're back down to active. So again, is you employing other people to do the work. All right. So there's something called residuals, which is also passive, and residuals really are is money that comes in from previous work and it keeps flowing with literally you're not doing anything. So it's like you write a book, you publish it, and as long as the book is being sold, you're getting some money from the publisher. So you have royalties from inventions, from books, from mentorships, and as a financial broker, I get trail commissions from my book of business, where if my clients have policies that they pay month on month and year on year, and I get trails from that. So residuals are passive, and again, you're earning it with no additional input. So as a financial broker, my passive income comes from royalties from mentorships. So every time I graduate a broker, I earn some, how would I say, mentorship bonus, I would say, for that work. So let's say I graduate 5 brokers, then it's like approximately, just giving an example, very conservative here, about 100K a year. And let's say I graduate 10 brokers, it's 200K a year. That's assuming that it's 20,000 per year per broker. Okay. Again, it's all passive. Now, you can generate passive income from your investments. And this is where I think a lot of people I've talked to, when they're thinking passive income, they're thinking about the interest generated from their investments. So your RRSP, your TFSAs, your other investments, locked in or not locked in. So for these ones, in order for it to be truly, truly passive for life, you have to ask yourself, can I live off of the interest forever without touching the capital? All right, so you basically need to have a situation where the capital is not touched. Otherwise, if you're draining the capital, then it's not, at some point, the money is going to end. The money is going to finish. Okay, so for example, let's say you've saved $2 million and you're growing it at a conservative interest rate of 4%, you can withdraw $6,500 forever. Okay, as long as the interest rate stays at 4 or above. Okay, or let's say you've saved $500,000, then you can withdraw $1,600 forever. Again, not touching the capital. So that's really for part 5. Again, you want to modify your plan and make sure that the plan that you have for passive income is one where it is truly passive. So check your plan, check your timeline, ensure that you're able to set up your plan so that you build it up, active phase, you build it up for about 3 to 4 years, and then you move it into passive phase after that so that you can test drive it for the next say 4 to 7 years, and then definitely go into purely passive 7 to 10 years. So I'm going back to that diagram where it shows, so the black bar is all active income. So during that active income phase, you're building the passive income framework, the business that you're building that you want to eventually convert to passive income. So that's during the black phase. And then the blue phase, the orange phase, you're basically setting up different instruments, a combination of instruments. So they say the orange line will be, say, investments like your RRSPs, your TFSAs. The blue line will be a business, for example, or they could be different types of businesses. But when the black line ends, the blue line and the orange line will generate for you passive income for life. So modify your plan in assignment 5, modify your plan to make sure that the income source during the autopilot phase is purely passive. And you also want to make sure that you're not touching your capital, that the businesses that you have are self-sustaining, and you're basically generating over and above excess that will keep you for life, okay? Remember, again, while you're doing this, don't quit your job. Take it easy. Don't make any hasty decisions. We need to be very, very intentional. So if you need one-on-one counseling, once again, contact me, 780-680-1334, and let's take a look at what you have and help you to move forward. We're going to end with part 6, okay? And in part 6, I'm going to talk a little bit more about taxes and, taxes for active income, taxes for passive income, and basically help us along the line. We're going to be ending the series with part 6. Okay, just heads up. Today, part 5, and the next part will be the end of this series, and I'll start another series after that. Thank you once again, and God bless you. I want each of us to do well. I want each of us to be financially strong. And so let's help one another, and reach out to me if you need one-on-one counseling. God bless you. Bye-bye. Have yourself a good rest of the day. Bye.